is up, YouTube? Let's see, we got 2 people watching. Identify yourselves. Oh, now we're down on 1. Scared somebody off. Dustin Ranch. Hello, buddy. Don't think you've ever been on here before. Welcome to my channel. What's up, George? How you been doing, man? It's been a minute since I've seen anything from you. This damn camera's shaking too much. What's up, Trumpet? Louie, seen your video where you went to RecTech headquarters. That's pretty damn cool. Crackanado, Q Crackanado. George, 805 Barbecue Junkie. I've been busy here lately too, George. I debated on whether or not I was going to even go live tonight. Worked my ass off all day long. Brush hogging. Fixing my tractor. When you're on a farm, all kind of shit breaks, and you're constantly having to work on one thing or the other. Yesterday, fuel pump went out on the truck. Changed that out. Today, power steering column on my tractor sprang a leak. Got that changed out, fixed up today so I can brush hog my pastures. What you live on right now, Louie? Instagram? Oh, different channel on YouTube. It got you 2 channels? Huh. Oh, different community. I see. Ain't no rush, bro. What's everybody been smoking here lately? It's been a few weeks since I've been on here. A few weeks, hell, I think almost a month. I ain't been smoking nothing here lately. It's been too damn hot. Kind of ashamed to say this, but I've used my pellet smoker more in the past month and a half, and I've used my stick burner. Too damn hot out here in Texas. I really ain't had time to baby a fire. I got 1 more video in the pipeline, then I'll have to shoot me a few more videos. I've kind of been lazy this summer in shooting videos. The heat has really discouraged me, and just doing stuff in general. Last summer, I took a lot of time to shoot videos every week and try to build this channel up. This year, I haven't really put the work in as I put in last year. Kind of got burnt out. Even though I'm monetized now, I should be pumping out videos like nobody's business, but I just hadn't found that motivation to really crank them out like I was last year. When it gets cooler, though, I'll definitely start cranking them out. Just videos typically in the summertime don't do as good as videos do in the wintertime. More people are watching. I'm not one of them big time channels where I can advertise selling shit on a taco and get 100,000 views off some BS. Just a little guy. But it has finally somewhat cooled off in Texas with the high pressure moving off. This has been getting rain in the evening times, so it has felt quite nice here lately. Have you ever had beef ribs that were too fatty? I made some that exploded with Jews and were almost unedible. Yeah, you can. Oops, on my table. My bad. Yeah, you can get them with too much fat in them. You can get brisket with too much fat in it. It can happen. I've bought some briskets on the point end that were dead gum, a ton of freaking fat. Still edible, but a ton of fat. And same thing with beef ribs. They can have too much marbling in them. Were they Wagyu? What kind of beef ribs were they? It's still good eating. It's just real rich. It's like eating a piece of sweet cake when you get a piece of beef that's got a ton of marbling in it. Yeah, really, you're right there, Louis. The difference between choice and prime and beef ribs really not that big a difference, if any difference. You can find choice that got some kick ass marbling in them. Yeah, you just got to go by your taste on that, Mr. Wilson. Just sometimes they got too much marbling in them. Me, I like a lot of marbling in them, but you can't overdo it. You just got to cook them longer and render that fat out. They'll be real rich. I'll be the beef rib. Beef. I don't always look for the beef rib with the most marbling in it. I look for some that has decent marbling in them because they are. You really can't screw them up. You got to be trying to screw them up. What is Chris doing? Getting his old lady to talk shit? Yeah. I mean, I really don't even spend the money on Prime when it comes to briskets or any of that shit, to be honest with you. I can find a daggum select beef rib or brisket that's got kick ass marbling in it and still make it taste just as good. What's Chris doing? Is he working or is he laid up with you? When y'all gonna come back by? I got one more video left, and it's a prime beef tri-tip, and that sucker was pretty dead gum good. Had lots of marble in it, but in a good way. What everybody cooked for the 4th of July? It is still a little humid out here, but cool. Damn, nobody wants to talk tonight, I don't guess, or chat. not necessarily talk. What's up, Ted? How you doing this evening, bud? Yeah, that quail, surprisingly, pretty damn good. I wasn't expecting much out of that. Like I said in the video, I've always grilled quail, but I ain't never tried to smoke it, even though it was a hot and fast smoke. But I brined them and put them in a saltwater brine overnight, salt water and sugar, and just to get any little gamey out of them. Sometimes them quail are real gamey, and them suckers turned out pretty damn good, man. I was impressed with them. Definitely got to do that again. Watching the Rangers, are they doing any good? I know they were in first place for a little while. Sup, Guggen? How you doing, man? Out of Georgia. You put out any good videos here lately? I ain't been keeping up with everybody. I've been a bad YouTube neighbor. Man, I want to do some sausage, but it's just too damn hot to do sausage right now. HEB ain't put the pork butts on sale. When they put the pork butts on sale, that's when I like to buy them up and do some sausage. But I definitely got a few ideas that I want to do on some real creative sausages. It's just too hot right now. What's up, Simon? Figure I'd get on here and chit chat with you guys on a Friday night. Got nothing better to do. Spent all day out on the creek for the first half of the day doing some fishing. My little boy caught 2 bass, and that's pretty much it. Nobody else caught shit. And then I came back home, ate lunch, and spent the rest of the day on the tractor, brush hogging my pastures. Other than that, pretty much been my day. I've been using the shit out of my pellet stick smoker here lately. Because I ain't been wanting to sit by a fire in the hot ass sun. That's cool, Simon. Appreciate it, man. Cold smoked maize with pellets. In this Texas heat, probably about 120 degrees. If it's sitting out in the sun. I walked by my stick burner 4th of July. I had some chicken smoking on my pellet smoker over there, and walked by my stick burner. And in the heat of the day, my dials were saying 125 inside my stick burner with no fire in it. So I'm gonna go with 125 degrees as a guess. We'll see what you think about that. That maize, even with the pellets, is not going to put off a whole lot of heat. Really, that's for true cold smoking. Man, I want to try that, Kevin. So I got to find them first. Everybody seems to be ordering those off like Porter Road, and there's this Berkshire pork place out of Houston that's selling them. But that is definitely on my to-do list right there, bacon rib. But I may do 2 iterations of it if I can find a slab big enough, cut them in half, cure one actually like bacon, and then smoke one like brisket. And either way, I still think it would be good. Yeah, you can cold smoke your sausage at 125, 140, but eventually you're going to have to bump your temp up to get to 150 to finish them out. If you're doing it with a cure, if you're not curing, you're going to have to smoke hotter than that. Yeah, I've seen that. Mad Scientist did one. They actually sell them over at Leroy and Lewis, but I think Chud Chud's Barbecue did the first one I seen. We got a new butcher shop open in Beaumont. I'm gonna go check out. That does custom cuts of meat and all that, pork, beef, and all that stuff. See if they got any of those good cuts beef and pork. But yeah, a freaking spare rib with a pork belly on it, I'd tear that up, man. That'd be some good eating either way. I gotta shoot some new videos. Probably not next weekend, but the weekend after next, and get my inventory back up. I'm trying to release a video about every 2 to 3 weeks. I ain't getting carried away with it right now. Pretty good eating there, huh, Louie? Yeah, so I mean, you're only going to go on your internal temp as high as your fire is. So if you're running 125, 140, that's what your internal temp, your sausage, will get to eventually. At some point, you're going to have to up your heat and finish off at 150. Really cool. You met old Evan Leroy. He seemed like a pretty cool dude. I want to go take that trip too. Go try some barbecue. It ain't gonna happen this year though, but maybe next year I have time to go do it. I want to go try Franklin's. I want to hit up a few spots around there just to see how great all these places really are. Because like I said, I've tried 2 top 50 places that are local or not too far away from around here, and wasn't blown away with them. I mean, it was still the best barbecue that I've had in restaurants, but I was not blown away. You live in Kansas? What part of Kansas you live in? I'll definitely let you know, Louie. We'll go hang out and drink some beer. I spent about a year working in Kansas, over in Bushton, Kansas, building a new construction plant out there at the One Oak. Wichita? You went too far away from us. That's about an hour and a half from where I was. When we really wanted to go do fun stuff on the weekends when we were off, we'd go to Wichita, go to that Bass Pro Shops. Or was it Cabela's? No, I think it was Bass Pro Shops. Yeah, I've done cold smoking like that on my pellet smokers before too, Ted. Cold smoke some fish and stuff like that. I know Chud did some cold smoking where that sausage had to be dry cured. So yeah, it was Cabela's. Place is pretty cool. Heck, this is years ago. This is back 2012 when I was there. A long time ago. Heck, over 11 years ago. Time's flying by. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Really ain't a lot of real good places to eat around there. So I stayed in Hoisington, Kansas. And they had a deadgum brick oven pizza shop over there that was pretty good. I can't remember what the name of it was called, but I pretty much ate that every day. Dairy Queen. Y'all's Dairy Queens up there ain't nothing like Dairy Queens we got down here in Texas. And then we traveled to Great Bend. There's a few restaurants in Great Bend that were pretty good. Hey, if I had that kind of money to fork out, I'd go. I'd go to Sausage Sensei's class, old Bill Dumas. I would definitely go do that. That'd probably round out my sausage games. I'm still learning that shit too. I don't know. So I mean, Bard was cooking over there over at Goldie's, never number one. So Maybe they're on to something there. I don't know. I know she's put out some good barbecue. It all looks good. Troy V, what's up? Yeah, I seen that pit. I don't know. I'm not on board with that, man. I don't know. Maybe it is a badass pit, and I just have to try it. I can believe it myself, but I don't know about that. They didn't do nothing real special with it, not that I could see. What's up, Troy V? How you doing tonight? Damn little dogs over here beating each other's up. Well, I got rid of them other puppies. Now I got a new batch of puppies, Ted. They're half cur dog and half Australian Shepherd. If anybody wants a puppy, gonna be some pretty good little dogs. I got to grab me another beer, guys. Yep, I'm doing good, Troy. I'll move this over this way. I hear your dessert turned out good. Troy did my dessert. Copycat recipe. Said it was a hit. That's one of my favorite things to do for dessert on the barbecue pit. That's the easiest damn thing to do, too. Frio Light? I've never tried Frio Light. I'm drinking Bush Light, support the farmers. Yeah. I mean, I actually learned that a long time ago in my ag class, cooking that in Dutch ovens. That's where I got that from. Our ag teacher showed us that. So I then incorporated that to smoking it on the barbecue pit, and it all worked out. That was the first time that I ever smoked that dessert on my stick burner, though. That doggone crust, it really smoked that pecan smoke in, man. You get a doggone smoke flavor with that sweet dessert, with that homemade vanilla ice cream, man. That is good freaking eating there. You can't beat that. You only get it at HEB. Hell yeah. I ain't never seen that. I'll try that out. Man, I got some snapper on the half shell I need to do a video on. I got a rack of beef ribs in there frozen that I picked it up at HEB about 3 weeks ago. A real thick rack, like I like them. I got some videos to shoot. I just got to find the motivation to get out there and shoot them. in this heat. Yeah, well, we were fishing down in Trout Creek today, Ted, and yeah, we seen one little gar in there, but he wasn't real big. He's probably about a foot long. My son, he caught two largemouth bass. They were about a foot long apiece. My youngest son, me and him sat and tried to perch jerk, but we didn't catch a damn thing. Fishing today wasn't worth a damn. Only when that creek gets real low, you can go down to the deep holes and drop a lure in there, drop a cork and a worm in there, and catch the shit out of some fish. But we didn't today. It was a bust. I need to set my perch traps up. And I got too hot for the fish to even bite. Yep, no gar today. Hardly no nothing. I'm sure there is some in that creek. I've never seen them. I've seen red ear sliders. I ain't seen no alligator snappers, no common snappers in there. Yep. We kind of went on to get where my little fishing spot is out there on the creek. You got to park outside the forestry and hike about 2 miles to get there. So we wake up early in the morning. We park over there at about 7 in the morning. It takes us about 45 minutes to hike down there. And then we sit there and we fish for about however long it takes us to fish if we're catching anything. And then I got another spot that's about another mile from there that we walk down to. That's got a wooden bridge you can sit on, and we fish off that wooden bridge. Oh yeah, pulled pork makes some good leftover enchiladas. You can do anything with pulled pork. I've been tasked to cooking for my sister-in-law's baby shower, and I'm gonna do some pulled pork tacos. I'm gonna season that. I'm gonna smoke that pork down and pull it and season it up with some Mexican seasonings, and it's gonna be good. And I might do a chuck roast to make some burrito tacos too. No, I haven't done no noodling. I just I know it's in creeks, I know it's in rivers, and I'm not sticking my arm down in somewhere that I can't see, man. I'm gonna pass on that. I'll catch them on a dead hook and a fishing pole before I stick my hand in the mouth of something I don't know what the hell it is. Pulled pork enchiladas are great. Other than that, it's been a hot couple of weeks in Texas. Shit on a single. I know exactly what that is, Ted. Yeah, that works. We used to make it with ground beef on toast. But no, like I said, I got about enough protein here for 3 videos I need to get filmed. That deadgum red snapper is going to be some good eating. I'm going to take it, smoke it, season it up with some Cajun seasoning, leave it on the half shell. I'm going to make a brown butter lemon sauce. And I don't know if I'm going to make just a regular butter sauce or a cream sauce. I don't know yet. But I'm going to incorporate some lump crab and some shrimp and maybe some oysters into that sauce and top that fish with it. It'll be some damn good eating. I ain't making no chili right now. I ain't making no chili right now, and I ain't making no gumbo right now. Too damn hot. What's up, Russ? How you been, man? If anybody wants to hop on. My damn quail video is not doing good, man. I barely got over 100 views on that damn thing right now. Only 119 views. Yep, it's bombing. 10-4. No rush, no rush, Russ. Get on when you can. No, I've never smoked them, but I've shucked them and grilled them hot and fast. But Russ did a video on smoked oysters not too long ago, and if I do it, I'm gonna do it like Russ did it because that shit looked damn good. First time I ever ate hot smoked oysters was at Papa Do's over here in Beaumont, Texas. That shit was good. I don't even know if they still serve it there or not. Yeah, Ted, I ain't buying that shit. I don't know if I trust Sark that much, to be honest with you. That dude could have won multiple games last year, and he don't make good adjustments. So I don't know if he don't do it this year with all that talent he's got. He's not the guy. I'll put it to you that way. We'll be hiring a new coach by the next year if he bombs out with all that talent we got down there in Austin. They got the talent to win the Big 12, no doubt. But do they have the dead gum coaching to win the Big 12 is the bigger damn question. So I'm not holding my heads up on high. That right there is rat poison. So Troy, I've ate quail probably about a dozen times in my life. The quail at Saltgrass that you get that used to be bacon wrap was my favorite way to do quail, and I actually did it at home like that a few times. And then I grilled quail hot and fast, and it was hit and miss. Some was good, some it was too gamey. But I took that quail because I'm in a quail group on Facebook called Katernick's Corner, and everybody in there was talking about doing saltwater brine to get the gaminess out of your quail. So I bought this quail and I put it in a saltwater brine overnight. And doing that took all the gaminess out of it. When I smoked that stuff off in there, man, it was better than chicken. That shit was good, dude. Yeah, I'm not drinking that burnt orange Kool-Aid, man. Not yet. Yeah, they do. They play down the competition. Look at Texas Tech last year. We almost beat Alabama, and we win a game against UTSA. Come back in the second half to win it, and then we go to Texas Tech and lay a freaking egg. Oh, there's Russ.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Russ? How
Oh
you been?
man, that I've been good. Same old, same old. How you been? Ain't talked to you in quite a while.
Yeah, I've been making it. I ain't been real busy on YouTube.
Yeah, I released a video today. I missed last week. I try to do one every week, but sometimes man, I just need a break.
Yeah, I hear you. I ain't really been on hitting it as hard as I did last year. I've been putting out a video about every 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Last time I talked to you, you was getting ready to work a lot of overtime or something.
Yeah, I worked a lot of overtime. Then I hired on full time with a plant.
Yeah,
Worked some more overtime, and then select baseball took a lot of my time up the past 3 months with my
yeah.
son.
How many kids
So
you got?
that's six.
Holy crap! I had
Yep.
two boys. That was it.
Yeah, during sports season, they just about all play sports. So I stay pretty busy.
Oh yeah, I remember them days. I used to love it. Both my boys were in Dixie Youth baseball, and then they did their football when they were kids, and it was a lot of fun. I used to love going to them games. Good old days, early
Um,
'80s.
I like watching it. Sometimes them dead gum parents over there in that select ball get a little carried away with it.
I say early '80s. They were born in the early '80s, so I guess it would have been early '90s is more like it.
Yeah, yeah. We just finished up all that stuff. So now got all the kids. We've been going and doing some fishing here and there, and trying to go have some fun.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't mind go doing some fishing myself, man. It's been probably 4 years since I've wet a hook.
We hiked down there to a little creek where I got a fishing hole at that I normally catch a lot of bass out of, but today we didn't catch a damn thing hardly. My boy caught two bass, and that was about it.
It's so hot to darn fish don't even bite.
Mhm. That only thing we did was swim after we
Mm-hmm.
didn't catch nothing. Yeah, there's a bunch of logs down in that creek. I can normally walk out there. There's a log I stand on. And I cast off them logs right there and catch on a good day about 10 or 12 bass.
Oh yeah, yeah. Derek, now my son, my oldest son, he's been doing a lot of fishing. He goes every chance he gets.
I've been want to. My buddy, he went offshore fishing in the Gulf of Mexico here a few weeks back. Or I say a few weeks back, about a month back during snapper season, and brought me some snapper on the half shell.
Ooh man, heck yeah.
I'm gonna do some videos on it when I feel like getting out here in this heat and shoot some videos.
I used to go deep sea fishing quite a bit years ago, but man, it's probably been, I don't remember the last time. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
they went out there, I think about 70 miles offshore in the Gulf of Mexico
Yeah, I've been out there
from
70,
Sabine
80
Pass.
miles. Yeah,
They went limited out on some snapper. They limited out early, and then they just kept catching them, swapping them out with bigger.
yeah.
I think you
There,
can only keep two per person. I believe is what it is.
yeah, that's the problem with snapper fishing. You really need a boatload of people when you go. Let everybody pitch in towards the fuel and
Mm,
everything. Let them bring their own food and drinks, and then it ain't quite so bad. But them boats that get you out there, they suck down some fuel.
yeah, there was four of them that went, and
Yeah,
they until they got. They said they didn't have no problem catching them, but they kept swapping them out for bigger ones, and they got tired of catching them. They went back inshore.
we always end up. We'd do all the snappers that we could keep, and then we'd end up catching like a lean or we'd even this one guy, he had a little small rod and reel, and he'd fish around the legs of them oil rigs, and you could
Hmm.
see them, man. It's like an aquarium out there, and you could see them trigger fish. They're aggravating to clean, but man, they taste good. And he would catch a whole bunch of them trigger fish. We'd all go back. We'd all help wash the boat, clean it. Then we'd all help cleaning the fish. Then we'd just split it up evenly between everybody on the boat. It didn't matter who caught what. That's the way we
Yeah,
did it.
hell yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it worked out good.
$9 a gallon for marine diesel. Holy shit!
Good Lord.
I wouldn't be going fishing if I had to pay that. My God,
What if
that
you had to
diesel.
buy 200 gallons of that? Jeez. Woo.
Say diesel right here in Southeast Texas about average 3.78 a gallon right now.
Yeah, I got well, he's my oldest friend. He's my best buddy. I don't get to see him as much as I'd like to, but he owns two shrimp boats, a 90 something foot and then a 60 something foot. But that 90 footer he's got, I forget how many gallons of diesel that thing holds, but he told me one time, and keep in mind this is years ago, but he was spending $30,000 every time they went out on fuel.
God
So
damn.
you better catch some shrimp. You got to pay for all that fuel, pay for all your. He had a freezer. They're both freezer boats to where you can stay out as long as you want. They got the brine tanks on there, and big ice hole, and they'll fill them ice holes up. If it takes them 30 days, 40 days, 45, they'll stay out. And they're like, I don't know how cold it is. It's cold. I mean, they freeze so fast, flash frozen, to where even when you get them off the boat, they're just loose. They don't stick to each other or nothing, you know. And when you get those kind of shrimp, you actually have to. What I used to do is pour them in my sink, make sure my sink was cleaned out good, put a stopper in it, turn the water on, cold water. I'd let them age for like 3 hours before I would peel them and fry them or whatever I was going to do, just
Yeah.
because they're too fresh. You know, it just it's crazy.
Yeah,
Better
my
than
dad used to have a shrimp boat, but I never knew all that went into it. But he would always give us some shrimp stuff when he'd come in, and
well
then he'd keep a few sharks here and there.
the little ice boats. They're probably not as bad, you know, as far as out here in the bay and stuff. But that big boat, they go off to the East Coast out that way. They catch shrimp there, plus they catch the rock shrimp. You know,
The
they do
big
all
shrimp.
kind of stuff. Yeah, he's made a good living doing that. He always comes out on top.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Uh-uh.
What video you released today, Russ?
Oh, I just got a freeze dryer, Harvest Right freeze dryer.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah, and I did eggs, just something at the end of it. I cooked them up and made a sandwich out of it just to see how it was, you know, which I already knew. I did it last week off camera, and I could not tell the difference, man. I gave some to my wife, and she's like, "That's eggs." Yeah, I
So
said, "Yeah."
you freeze dried eggs in it?
Yeah, that was the
Oh,
first video I want to do, and I'm gonna do all kind of things. Just I don't know, man. It don't sound like my cooking videos have been hitting on much. Of course, this video it ain't hitting on nothing right now either. It's actually 10 out of 10. It just I'm like, God bless. But I'm gonna keep doing them, and maybe it'll attract some new kind of subs in there that are into that sort of thing. You know?
yeah. My one of our friends has got my old lady's friends has got a freeze dryer. She freeze dried the freeze dried Skittles are my favorite, man. That freeze dried Starburst. They freeze
That-
dry all that candy in it, ice
yeah,
cream sandwiches and all that. That crap's good, man.
yeah. The first thing I did when I got it was Skittles. You can
Uh
do
huh.
candy fast. Candy normally takes like 3 hours, you know, from start to finish. These
Hmm.
eggs took 24 hours. There's a difference, you know. But really, with
Yeah.
the candy, it's not like you are removing the moisture, you know what I'm saying? But the warming plates, you got to turn the temperature up on them and it actually poofs them up. And they
Hmm.
have, well, you've tasted them, you know, it's kind of like a
Oh yeah.
malt ball crisp.
Yeah, that's what it is, like a malt ball, and it dissolves in your mouth. It's freaking awesome, man. I give it
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people buy these freeze dryers and then they'll start like a little business, and they'll
Hmm.
do nothing but candy. I mean, a bunch of it, and they sell
That's
like a
what.
little thing of Skittles for like $8, you know, and a
Yeah, a
big.
little bag too, and then you can go on Amazon, and they're like 15, anywhere from $15 to $10 a bag.
If I was to do that whole bag, by the time they poof up and all, that's a lot of money that you could make with that freeze
Mhm.
dryer, you know, and 3 hours to do it in, you ain't spent hardly no money. You know, it's like, man, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that friend of ours, that's what she does. She bags that candy up, and brings it to like the local festivals and stuff like that, sells it.
Yeah. My wife got some Jolly Ranchers. She wants me to try that.
Well, I bet those would be good.
I've been eating them just like they are, though. I love Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, I'd throw some pork belly burn ends in it, and see how them turn out.
Yeah. What does Troy say? Shrimp is a fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it, and fry it.
He's quoting Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Hey, Forrest, I know all there is to know about the shrimping business. And he went
Hmm.
on and on and on, didn't
Yeah, one of the all-time classic movies.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, my quail video is not doing good right now. It's barely got 120 views on it. That's the worst video that I put out since the shovel steak video.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, man. I can't get views for crap anymore. Some of them
My
do,
videos
you know.
typically
I
don't
just,
do.
Huh?
do good during the summertime because people got too much shit going on. My
Well,
audiences ain't watching YouTube in the summertime, I
now that
guess.
is true. I already know that this is my worst time of the year. July, August, and really most of September. It won't turn back around to October. Then
Well,
the holidays, it'll start going back up. You know.
when all the kids start going back to school and people start getting snowed in, that's when the views crank up for me.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
wasn't in no hurry to crank out videos in the summertime because they normally don't do that great. A lot of the videos that I put out last summer didn't get a lot of views till like October, November, December.
Yeah, and that's one thing you can look at too. You can put them out; they might not get views now. That's kind of like the one I got today. I said that's the kind of video that might, over time, get a lot of views. You know, it just all of a sudden, it YouTube tries to find the right people to feed it to. You know, and
Yeah.
that video is nothing like what I normally do. You know, it's yeah, I cooked at the end of it, but it's just a totally different type video. It's more of a well, you know, I guess you'd say prepping, like food preparation, and then preservation, you know, like preserving food and all that. But
You
I've
know,
got
like
some more. Huh?
and the big guys like Mad Scientists and Ants Barbecue and all them, you look at what they get in the first week. They get about anywhere from about 27 to 20,000 views in the first week. And then you
Yeah.
go back and you look at their stuff 4 weeks later, and they got about 100,000 views or better on their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand. I used to do that, you know, maybe not 100,000 on every video, but I used to get a whole lot better views than I do nowadays. But, you know, there's a lot more people on YouTube since 2020, and I'm older. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I honestly think I've been looking, trying to see what kind of videos people are watching. And that's the reason I'm saying if they could find out who to feed like these kind of videos to, those actually get better views, those kind of videos than what I've been getting. Cooking was really popular at one time, but you know, I don't think it is so much anymore. People
So
seen
what I
so
see
much
that
of it, you know.
So what I see that's really blowing up and getting a lot of videos is a lot of these YouTubers are jumping in the back pockets of these big time barbecue restaurants across the nation. You know, they're jumping in the back pockets and doing these 24 hours at Heritage Barbecue or reviews at Leroy and Lewis and this and that, and
You talking
that's
about like
what's
a
getting views now.
barbecue crawl where they hit
Hmm.
one after, yeah. Yeah, I remember Justin with Baby Back Maniac did one of them a couple of years ago, and it was a
Yeah,
barbecue crawl. That
he
video
did.
got like 80,000 in a few days, man.
Like Ant's barbecue cookout. That dude's blowed up, but he's been going to like Goldie's, shooting videos at Goldie's, shooting videos at Heritage, Moo's Craft Barbecue, and doing stuff like that. He's found him a little pattern for success right there, and he's getting a ton of views off of it now. Going and working in them restaurants and stuff.
What's up, pal?
What's up,
Dang,
pal?
it's been 30 years since Forrest Gump was released. That makes me feel old. Holy
Man, I feel
crap.
old too, man. Shit. I
That means I
think
was
I was in
30,
third grade
30.
when Forrest Gump came out.
I was 34 when that movie came out. Holy crap. That just don't seem possible. My Lord, it flies by, don't it?
When I think about the '90s, I think like the '90s was like 10 years ago, but really the '90s was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. How old are you, Mike?
I'm 36.
Okay, I was just a little
I'll
bit
be
younger than
37.
you when you must have been two when Forrest Gump come out, and I was 34. So
Mm-hmm. Heck, I thought Forrest Gump came out in '94. Should have been
I,
'94. I think I was 8 years old.
Troy was 23.
23. Yeah. Yep, everybody likes the barbecue blogs and stuff now. That's what's getting the views. Regular cooking don't get as many views no more.
A lot of the stuff, like world events and all the crazy crap going on in the world, those videos are killing it, man.
Yeah, they are.
They're freaking killing it. I
Like you
mean,
can do
millions,
videos
you know.
like Memphis in May and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'm just gonna keep doing me, man. I got enough videos stockpiled over the years to where I could still make a decent, somewhat decent check at the end of the month. But it ain't as much as I want it to be, but it's you know,
I've made a whopping about $140 since I monetized back in April. But
yeah.
I really haven't tried since I
Hey,
got monetized to do anything with it.
that's where I started. I remember my first $20 when it finally hit 20. Then for it's 40 and 80 and 100, which you got to make 100 to get paid.
I
And
still haven't got paid yet. I've made $140 and I hadn't got my first check yet.
when did
I
you
guess they
roll
owe.
over? You're supposed to get it every month. They pay out on the 21st. You ever go to AdSense? And I guess you do since you know what you made.
Yeah, I have to go. I have to go check it out on AdSense.
Yeah, they got a
Looking at my
$100.
studio, it says my lifetime earnings are $160, and
Yeah,
I've
you
been
should
monetized in April.
you should have got paid by now. $100 threshold, and as long as you can make over 100 every month, you'll
Mm.
get it. I, Once I finally got to where I could consistently, build this channel up, then I haven't missed a check, and I ain't never missed one since they started rolling.
Hell yeah! It's like I said, I ain't done nothing with it. I would love to go do them barbecue crawls and do all that, but I can't do all that right now. I got too much stuff going on here at home.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
I can go do a local one at 1701 barbecue. I may go do that one day to see how it turns out.
We got a
It's about,
few barbecue places around here, not many.
let's say, I think we got two of them that I know for sure are somewhat legit. I think the other one's called Old West Smoke Company, food truck down there in Dallas. I mean, not Dallas, Beaumont. And then you
Yeah.
got 1701 barbecue. I've had both of them. They're all right.
You've ever heard of the Shed?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I figured you did. That's just right down the road. We got that, and then on Highway 90 in Biloxi, they got one I know, but my hometown, Pascagoula, there's one called, what's the name of that place? Rob's Rob's on the side, and the reason he's on the side, when you look into the building, you don't even see him. He's on the side. You have to drive around the back, and there's a door you walk in. His smokehouse is right there. He's got a big. It's either a old hickory or a Southern Pride. It's a smoker like that, and he's got it in like a screened in shed and got all his wood stacked up. That's some good barbecue right there, man.
Hell yeah.
I've been to shed once and I was not impressed. I ought to do a video and just walk up to people eating. I said, "All right, try this." You know, show cooking it, then go in there, try this. You've ate that. Which is better? Do taste it. They'd run me off of there, wouldn't
Yeah, I thought about doing that, like a brisket throwdown with with like 1701 or something like that, but it wouldn't be fair.
they? Yeah.
When I cook one brisket here and they're trying to cook 25, 50 briskets at one time.
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Judge Whip? But yeah, nah. Like I said, I for restaurant barbecue, 1701 was okay. It didn't knock my socks off. The sides were really mediocre, and the meat was nah. I left with a dirty smoke taste in my mouth, like an ashtray taste. They
Oh,
used
yeah.
green ass wood.
That ain't good.
I went there 3 times, and I'm not gonna go back.
Yeah.
As much as they want you to pay for that barbecue, it's too damn much. Heck, prime brisket over there, I think it's $32 a pound.
Yeah. I got to get back and do something with barbecue here. It's going to be a little while though. I've started this new series up, but I can still smoke and barbecue or whatever, and then freeze dry it. I
Let's,
want to
let's just say
incorporate. Yeah,
freeze dry some pork belly burn ends, freeze dry some ribs, freeze dry some dead gum burn ends off a brisket. You can freeze dry all kinds of stuff.
yeah, pretty much everything. The only thing you can't really freeze dry is like solid fat, like butter or
Yeah.
lard. You just can't. Even meats, you can do it. It just won't have the shelf life. Like them eggs, the last 25 years, meat might last 10. But depending on how much fat's in it. If it's a lean cut, like let's say I did an olive round, like I
Yeah.
do, and plus you can do it raw or cooked. It don't matter. You just got to write on the bag raw. That way you remember. But like olive round, you could smoke that, leave it medium rare, then slice it real thin. For like sandwiches. That would probably freeze dry real well, or a pork loin.
So I wonder if that'd be like what that tastes like. I wonder if it'd be like freaking like freeze dried jerky or something like that.
Well, you freeze dry it, and then when you get ready to do it, you have to add back the amount of water it lost.
Yeah.
You weigh it before it goes in, you weigh it when it comes out, and you write down and keep a record of how much, which it's only going to absorb. You can pour more water, it's only going to absorb what it originally had, and it tastes the same. Nothing changes. That's the beauty of freeze drying. It retains the flavor, the nutrients, the color, everything it had when you first did it. You know,
Well, that's cool.
yeah, it's different than dehydrating. If you was
Speaking of
to
that,
dehydrate it, it would just turn into beef jerky. But if you freeze dry it, you can actually take like a steak and tip, it's like it feels like styrofoam. You can actually break it, you know,
mhm.
easily. It's like styrofoam.
So I wonder if it tastes worth it, damn, if you eat it like that. If you cook the
Uh,
steak,
I
freeze dried
it
it.
it would rob you of your fluids, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be drinking water because it's got to rehydrate somehow. But
I hear
it
you.
probably it probably tastes the same. It just would have a totally different texture, unless you rehydrate it first. Now, some things are good like that. Like you take strawberries and freeze
Yeah.
dry them and eat them dry.
Yeah,
Apples.
I've had freeze dried strawberry and freeze dried watermelons and stuff, and they was pretty damn good.
Hmm. Ooh, watermelon. I bet that is good. I bet it's very pronounced.
hmm The first time I tried anything freeze dried, we had a fall festival over here in Kirbyville, Texas, not too far away from where I live. And
Hmm.
that lady was selling them freeze dried candies, freeze dried ice cream, all that stuff. And that's the first time I tried anything that's freeze dried. It was last year. And I was like, damn, this is pretty freaking good.
I'm gonna have to try them. The ice cream
Oh, it's good.
sandwiches. Yeah, I bet.
It was good. That freeze dried watermelon, it was good too.
Tell you what, that Joker dropped down in temperature in a hurry, man. It's crazy.
Oh,
You can pre-freeze things too if you don't want it to run as long. You can knock 4 hours off of it by just dropping it in the freeze. My problem is I got so much crap in there, ain't no way to hold it level. Now
mm-hmm.
I did some milk last week, just whole fat milk, and I did put that in the freezer because I would have spilt that everywhere if I didn't. I got it
Yeah.
in the freezer and I poured it in there, and then I did 2 trays of it, let that freeze, and then I put it in the freeze dryer.
Yeah. Freeze dried coffee.
Yeah,
Oh, instant coffee that was freeze dried. No, I never heard of that.
yeah, I think so. Taster's choice. Yeah, that was years ago too. Freeze drying has been around a long time, but it's really never been available for home and consumers,
Yeah,
until
I think NASA was the first ones to do the freeze drying, wasn't it?
I think so. And really the atmosphere that you get inside of that chamber is similar to outer space. It
hmm
really is, because it can go down to 40 below zero. It's in a vacuum. The only difference is it actually is, once it runs so long and can't get any colder, and it's got the deepest vacuum it can get, then the little warmers come on and it actually starts warming it up while it's freezing it, and it just starts releasing its vapor, its moisture without it turning liquid again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because NASA, back when we used to go to NASA on field trips and stuff in school, they had freeze dried ice cream there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing new. It's just always been done commercial. I've got some powdered butter. It's real butter, but I can't do that in this one. But
Yeah.
obviously there's a way to do it, but I just can't do it with this one. Yeah, it's fun to play with, but my biggest thing is I'm gonna be stocking up a lot of food, man. I've already started. I'm probably 4 months into it now. Should have been doing it all these years. Used to, well, like hurricanes coming in and stuff, we always kind of like, we got a storm out there. Let's go to the store, buy flashlights and batteries and a lot of food and stuff like that. But that ain't safe to do nowadays because there's already runs on supermarkets like it is. Can't find half of what you need anymore, the stuff they used to carry. That's what got my wife into making peanut brittle. Every time she goes to the store, I said, "Give me some peanut brittle." And it was in that box. Sophie May, I think it's the brand name. They ain't got any. She checked it out. They ain't got any. I said, well, crap, I found a good recipe. And we ended up, she made it. Man, she did a great job with it, and she made it, I don't know how many times since then. But it's that salted, let's see, it's the salted caramel bourbon pecan brittle. That stuff's
Oh,
way
yeah.
better than what they sell at the stores.
You can freeze dry that too.
Yeah, yeah, good. I like it like it is. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I took my generator out the other day and ran it, changed the oil in it, and got it ready just in case we get a hurricane this year.
I need to buy me another one like we had on the sailboat that runs off gas. I've got a solar generator right here in this room, and but I'd like to have a gasoline powered too.
Yeah, I got a 9,500 watt Harbor Freight generator that I bought when I built that smoker to power my welding machine, and
Mm-hmm.
it's done pretty good.
9,500. Wow,
Hmm.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I
I had
got Harbor Freight had a sale on it. I paid $650 for it with a
shoot,
with a
that ain't
discount.
bad. That ain't bad. That one we had on the sailboat was like them little Hondas, but it wasn't a Honda. But it was as quiet as a Honda in there. I think it was 1,800 watts. It might have been more than that. I don't remember, but it ran that whole sailboat no problem. AC, everything, Which that was the biggest thing was AC. It had AC, a refrigerator, and all the lights in there were 12 volt. They all run off the battery banks, and but it was big enough for all that.
Yeah, that 9,500 watt generator I got will run about two or three window units in the refrigerator.
you
Probably a
got
little
that
bit
right.
more.
You got that right, Troy. That's kind of like my wife coming here today. She go, "What are you doing with the Jolly Ranchers in here? You're eating them." I said, "Yeah, I'm eating them."
Oh
She goes,
yeah, Jolly Ranchers is good.
"I want you to freeze dry them." And I'm like, "Screw that! I'm gonna eat them." I got some other people do too. Saltwater taffy.
Uh
I done
huh.
about ate all them. I'll never get around the candy.
I don't think I've
They-
ever tried saltwater taffy before. I've seen it. I don't think I've
Oh
ever
yeah,
tried it.
I've had it like when I was a kid and everything. There's a place up in the Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg we used to go into, and that's all they sell there is taffy. And you can sit there and watch them. They got these
Uh,
machines that stretch that stuff, and they sell it right there.
hell yeah.
Man, I got people commenting on this video I've never seen before, and that's great. It's pulling some new people in there. Welcome to the Harvest Right family. I recommend getting a FLIR camera for checking each tray for dryness. Temps tell all. Nice thing about thermal cameras, it reveals all. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'll have to comment back to her later. I'll have
Yeah.
to Google that.
Thermal camera.
A thermal camera. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Yeah, you're right, Troy. When I was a kid, you could go to any store like in the town I grew up in where the candy was, and they had these long strips of taffy. It was kind of hard and brittle until you got to chewing, then it got soft, but it was striped and it had like this wax paper. Troy probably knows what I'm talking about. But man, I used to love them things. It was just called taffy though. It wasn't called saltwater taffy. I hadn't
Yeah.
seen it in years.
The taffy I grew up on, you bite into that shit and yank your freaking teeth out.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm talking about. It was real thin. It was about that
That's the grab
wide,
about that long. You bite into it, your teeth would stick together.
brittle it is sometimes. Serena finally got hers to where you bite into it and it's actually crunchy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all sticky and stuff.
That and sugar daddies. Sugar daddies used to be the same way. You bite in them
Oh
daggone things,
yeah, what was
and your
that
damn
one
teeth would
called?
stick to
A milk cow or something like that. I forget what the name. Yeah, them things that
them.
you had to jerk it off your tooth.
Yeah, sugar daddy would pull your damn tooth out, man.
Christy P.
I don't think they even make them anymore.
Very cool.
Man, it's been a hot son of a bitch in Texas for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, man. I hate to see my electric bill. It's been decent all year. I noticed last month I think I paid 160, which is nothing compared to what some people pay, but it's probably going to be over 200 and something my next
I
one, I would
opened my
imagine.
electric bill up today, and it was $289.
Yeah,
So
mine
fuck.
won't be. I won't get mine until later on in the month. You know, my
But that
bill.
ain't the highest one I've had this year. The highest one I had was $315, and I think that was back in May. I don't know why it was that freaking. That's because the electric company around here tacked on some kind of freaking $60 surcharge fee or
Huh.
something. That's why it
Well,
was so freaking high.
year before last, man, it was freaking high. Like, good God, I'd be glad when fall gets here. And last year, our AC went out right in the middle of summer, or early in the summer, but it's still hot. And they come out here with a brand new condensing unit, buddy. It sucked the temperature down, and that electric bill started plummeting. I'm like, hell, there's the problem. What happened? The compressor finally quit pumping. It was probably half-ass pumping all that time, and we thought it was doing all it could do, and it was doing all it could do because it's such an old unit. They put that new one on there, man, it stays cold in here. We want it to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, last week my compressor went out on my AC unit too, right there, right in that dead gum heat wave we had.
Oh Lord.
But heck, $160 later, I was back in business.
That
Called
ain't
the
bad.
AC man out, and he put a new capacitor on it.
Oh, was it capacitor? Okay.
It was a capacitor, yeah, it wasn't compressor.
Oh, okay.
He checked everything else out, and everything else was good.
Yeah, yeah, you hook some gauges to it, you'll know real quick if it's pumping or not. Reading that high side versus the low side to see how far it pulls down. The closer them pressures get to each other, the weaker that compressor is getting. And finally, if it gets weak enough, you're reading the same thing on both sides, low and high. It's just not pumping. If it's pumping a little, you'll have a low high side and a high low side. You should have a high high side and a low low side, if I'm
Yep.
making any sense. I used to do
No,
all that
yeah,
stuff for a living.
sense.
What's up, Quint? Good
Oh,
Lord.
Quint,
Popped in
Quint,
for the first thing I see is Troy V. Comment Sugar Daddy and Slowpokes. Slowpoke. That's the one. Slowpokes.
slow pokes. I don't think I
That was
think I
like
was too young for the slow pokes.
the Sugar Daddies was them little candies. I can almost taste them just talking about it. But them Slowpokes, man, they would get in your teeth.
Yeah, them sugar daddies was some kind of milk caramel candy, but you bite into them and your teeth would stick together. I'll never forget them.
That was good days, man. That was some good candy back then. Them Chico sticks. I guess they still make
Yep.
them. I don't know.
Chico sticks. I remember Chico sticks.
I looked just the other day. I was gonna buy some wheat berries to like a bucket full, 25 pounds of wheat berries. I'm sitting there looking right now. They were $49.95. I went today because my wife got paid today. She said she'd order some. I don't know if I can buy wheat locally around here or not. I'm gonna look, but they went up $10 just since 3 or 4 days ago. I'm like, holy crap.
Damn.
But 25 pounds of wheat berries, let's put it like this, 1 cup, I think it's 1 cup of wheat berries. I make 2.5 cups of flour. I think that's what I was reading the other day. So if you got 25 pounds, that represents a lot of flour, you know.
Yeah. Man, I know that feed is constantly going up. Chicken feed and horse feed is getting expensive. Paying $20 for a 50-pound bag of scratch right now.
Oh, dang.
And
Yeah,
horse
back
feed's
in
about
the
$22 for a 50-pound bag for horse feed. And then dog food. The
all,
decent dog food's about $33 for a 50-pound bag of dog food.
yeah, it's all of it, man. It's like we used to raise hogs and we spent like $4.50 a week on a big bag. I guess it's 50 pounds of hog feed for 3 hogs. That would get them through the week, and we'd buy another bag, and you could grow a hog up for 6 months, get him up to about 250 pounds, and you ain't got $100 in feed. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yep.
got full grown hogs, 3 of them, and me and my buddy would split them. He'd get a hog and a half, I get a hog and a half. We'd butcher it all up and fill the freezer up.
Hell, if I ain't mistaken, I think hog feed's about $16, $17 a sack right now.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like you can't even afford to do that no more. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I don't have nowhere to raise them anymore. I mean, my friend is still there. He's over in Bayou Cumbus, which is pretty good drive from me now. That's back when I used to live over there by him. And we built a 8x8 hog pen with a concrete slab, automatic feeder, and it would hold 3 hogs easily. We
Yeah.
get ready to slaughter one. We had a way of putting a divider in there. We get one off to the side and put that divider in there and pop him with a 22, and then stick him to bleed him out and pull him out of there, hang him up, and go to work.
Damn little bugs are flying all over the place tonight.
We would just skin our hogs out like you would a deer, just strictly for the meat. I wouldn't worry about the hide back then. I'd probably take the hide now, but that's a lot of work. You got to scald them hogs like in 55-gallon drums, scrape all that fur and hair off of them.
I
That's
didn't.
a lot of work.
I was real young back when my daddy and them did it, but I remember how they did it, and that's how they did it. Just
Now
like you're saying.
we did a couple of hogs like that, and that was just to cook cold though. Like whole hogs, you had to get all the hair off of them.
Mm-hmm.
But worked good too. I done forgot all that. You had to bring that temperature up to the water up to a certain temperature, and we'd put a 2x4, had a hole drilled in it, and I had a big thermometer, had a big dial with a long stem, and we'd put that on that 2x4 and let it float. We'd sit there
Mm-hmm.
watching it. When it got up to the right degrees, pull the 2x4 out, and we'd sit there and just douse that hog up and down for so many minutes, then pull him out, and that fur come right off. If you got any little small fine hair, just send them off with a torch.
Yep.
That's how we did it. I learned all that through my dad and not watching him, but just talking to him because he was raised like during the Great Depression and everything. And he was
Uh-huh.
raised doing that kind of stuff. And I wasn't. I was raised in town.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me stories. They grew up poor. They'd go in the backyard and go hunt rabbits and squirrels and stuff just to have something to eat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used to listen to them stories. My mom would tell me more stories than my dad, but if I asked my dad something, he would sit there and talk for hours about how they did it, like the salt barrels for like doing country hams and all that. They'd salt them, then hang them up in the smoke houses and all kind of stuff. I'd
Yeah,
love to
doing
live
these
back them
damn
days.
foods, that's a lot of freaking work.
Yeah,
They put the
yep,
cheesecloth on them back then.
yeah. I guess I don't know. But he always loved that Conecuh sausage that they make in Alabama because he said that tasted.
Good stuff.
He said that's the closest thing he's ever found to what they used to make. When he was growing up, when all them, I guess his family or whatever smoked that sausage.
I'm not real big on that real big around connected sausage, but that smaller stuff that's like half-inch diameter,
Yeah, it's like lamb casings.
that comes in the hot. I like that shit. They sell it up
Yeah.
here at this Brothers. I buy it all the time. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Even the original, the small one. I don't never buy
Yeah,
that big stuff. Always that's the
the big
original,
one
man. I
don't
love
taste
that
the same
stuff.
to me.
Huh?
So the big one don't taste the same as that small one to me.
Yeah, it might not be. We got some of that small up in the freezer now. We make red beans and rice or anything like that. That's what we put in it.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Heck yeah.
I'm out of. I've been having to buy sausage. I'm out. I don't have no more sausage left. I need to make some more.
Yeah, I haven't made any in a while. The last thing that resembled sausage I did was boudin. Now I need to make some more of that. I've got everything here to do that with. I don't need a grinder. I got that big mixer. I shred my pork in that mixer, and I just like the texture better when it comes to boudin.
Yeah, I like it shredded too, no doubt.
Now, now I did that one video where I did boudin balls, boudin egg rolls, and links. I did links too, and I actually ground that. Then after I got through with it, I'm like, man, I should have. It was good, but I'm like, I should have shredded that stuff.
Them boudin egg rolls, man, those are badass. I love
Oh
boudin.
yeah,
The pepper
and
jack cheese boudin egg roll, shit, man.
heck yeah, the egg rolls and the boudin balls. I sit there and years ago when I worked at the shipyard, and this is many years ago, it's probably in my 30s. There's a grocery store there in Pascagoula called Wayne Lee's, and
Hmm.
they got a big deli in the back, and they made their own boudin balls, but they bought their boudin out of Louisiana somewhere, and they would make them balls and fry them, and they were spicy, man. And every morning I'd get two of them and a cup of coffee. Between the coffee and that spice light me up a little bit, it'd wake me up. I mean, it'd perk me right up. Every day I did that.
I wonder if they bought them over at Billy's Boudin.
I don't know where they got it. I can't remember. They actually sell the sausage that they use, and every now and then they got that 5 for $20 deal going on, or they used to. It's probably 5 for 40 now. The way things went up, but I'd always buy like five things of that boudin. I can't remember the name of it. Though. It's been a while. It's been
Yeah, when I
years.
was working over in Crot Springs over in Louisiana, there was always heard talk about this place called Billy's Boudin.
Yeah,
And
Billy's is well known.
yeah, that shit was good. I was working nights, and I'd get off every morning. And over there in Louisiana, you can buy beer any time of the night. We'd go over
Hmm.
there and get us some beer, and we'd get them boudin balls and them boudin egg rolls, and go back to the motel room. That was breakfast. We'd
Heck
drink
yeah.
us beer.
I'll make a big batch of boudin and separate it like 4 or 5 links in a one bag, vacuum bag, and freeze
Hmm.
them. And the way we primarily eat it is when I get ready to go shoot a video at Derek's, I'll grab a pack. Regardless of what work got on the smoker, a pack of that boudin is going on there too, just for something for me and him to eat just while we're
Yeah,
waiting on a long cook. Oh, good, you brought boudin. I need to make some
nothing
more.
wrong with
I can
that.
do it any day of the week. Just got to buy the stuff to do it with.
Mhm. That's the one thing I really hadn't ventured into doing is boudin. I've got brisket vacuum sealed and saved for it, and I just they never took time to try to do it.
Yeah, ain't nothing to it. I'd rather eat that over sausage a lot of times because it ain't cured or any. Not that I got a problem with nitrates or anything, but it ain't the best thing for you. But
No, it's
I just love boudin, man.
so they started selling that best stop boudin over here at our local grocery store in town, and
Yep.
I've been eating shit out of that best stop boudin. Is good.
Hell yeah, that's what I buy. Matter of fact, the video I did, I don't think I said it in the video, but I was replicating Best Stop. I researched the fire out of that, and I tell you what, I
Uh-huh.
come real close. The only
Did you?
difference, and it was, I know they shred theirs. That you can break it in half, and you can see the little shreds in there.
Yeah, they shred it.
And I've made it since then off video, and I'd use my mixer. I'm like, yeah, I ain't grinding no more boudin.
Yeah, that best stop boudin, that spicy boudin, or that's actually not spicy. It's just regular boudin, but it's spicy. It's good.
Yeah, it is, man. Rouse's. We got a
They went
Rouse.
into the store for 4th of July to buy some, and they were sold out. I was like, dead gummit.
We got a couple of Rouse's over here, and that's a chain of supermarkets out of Louisiana, and they definitely carry it. And we'll go there every now and then. It's a little bit of a drive from here, but not too bad. But when we do go, I always say, "Well, let's go get some boudin." If I ain't gonna make it, I'll buy us some.
Yeah, that's our local Brookshire brothers that started carrying this.
That's one up too. That stuff was like $4 a pack. Now it's like $7 a pack. And good God, it's freaking
Yeah,
inflation,
before
man.
before they had that, they had a meat market up here that's kind of hit and miss on the boudin that they make. Sometimes the rice is cooked, sometimes it ain't. And then
Yeah,
after that, all you have around here pretty much was Zumos and DJ's boudin. That's pretty much it. DJ's is all right. It ain't bad, but it ain't one stop.
yeah. I ordered some of that Don's boudin one time, and I wasn't too impressed with it. It was all right, but
It's
best
okay.
Bestop's really good. I love that stuff. Never
So
had Billy's.
I stopped in Don's and tried some of their stuff over there, and they got a red boudin. I guess it's like a blood boudin. That's
Yeah,
actually was pretty good. I liked it, but it was okay. But they
yeah.
got
That's
another place over in Sulphur, Louisiana called Insane Sausages, and they got all kind of crap in there, man. That's some good shit.
huh. Yeah,
I
there's one
tried to
in.
pick up what was the name of that sausage? A jalapeno and green chili queso sausage the other day from there.
Ooh, man,
Someone
that
brought to
sounds.
work. God, that shit was good, man. It was
A
damn
buddy of
good.
mine, Keith Jenkins, he's brought some to the house, and they sell it. You can buy it online with NOLA.com, but a sausage company called Crescent City. New Orleans is Crescent called the Crescent City, and that's
Mhm.
decent sausage. I don't know if they make boudin or not, but just their pork sausage and things like that is pretty good.
Yeah, when I want a good Louisiana sausage, I'll go ahead and drive over to Sulphur, and they got a meat market over there. What's the name of that dead gum meat market? Dang it, why am I drawing a blank on this? But that's where I go and I buy all kind of shit from over there. When I go, I buy stuffed chickens and all kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
stuff
man.
there. They got all kind of crap in there.
I like to buy them boneless chickens that stuffed
Uh
with
huh.
crawfish etouffee, man. Woo-hoo.
My
Heck
favorite
yeah.
ones is they stuff it with that dead gum crawfish cornbread or jalapeno cheese popper cornbread.
Ooh,
It's
crawfish cornbread. That's one video I ain't got. You just gave me some inspiration there. Matter of fact, I need to put that in my notes. I'm not gonna do it anytime soon, but I might do it at some point. Let's see here.
hey, I'm a
I
sucker for
gotta
some good crawfish cornbread.
every time I come up with an idea, I go into my notes on my phone. I got a bunch of them in here, just ideas. Okay, I finally got to the end of it. All right. What'd you say? Crawfish cornbread.
Cornbread.
What's in it? How is it different?
It's got
I guess I
crawfish
could.
in it, and I'm not exactly sure what all's in it. It's different. It ain't like your typical freaking cornbread. Uh,
Now, a video I do have on there is I took pulled pork, I took chopped up jalapenos, and I took cheddar cheese, and I mixed all that together and made a cornbread batter and mixed it in with that batter. That's on my channel, and man, that's
mhm.
a meal in itself. All you need is the cornbread. It's got everything already in it. It's got your meat, it's got cheese, it's got them jalapenos. That's pretty good stuff right there.
Hell yeah, it sounds good.
Love cornbread. All I wanted was a little cornbread. You, the Green Mile. Remember that?
Uh huh. Oh yeah. Dang, I'm wondering if the damn meat market in Sulphur closed down. I can't find it on maps. It'll come to me in a minute.
Hmm.
I'll figure it out. But they got some good Cajun pork sausage. Got that red grease in it. Shit's good.
Sounds good.
But they got them
Heck yeah.
stuffed chickens in there with crawfish cornbread, boudin, jalapeno popper cheese cornbread, and all kind of good stuff.
Hmm.
Pork
I hear
loins,
people.
stuffed loins.
I hear some people say, "I don't like cornbread." Man, I was raised on. I love if it's a good cornbread, good and moist, and ain't. I hate biting into cornbread. It's so dry and just crumbles, and you got to drink something before you choke. I can't stand that. But if it's well made cornbread,
The sausage link. It was called the sausage link. That's what
okay,
that place is called. Sausage
gotcha.
Link, Central Louisiana. If it's still open. I know it closed down after Hurricane Laura for a while. I don't know if it opened back up.
Yeah, making me hungry, man.
I
I've
know.
been
Tell
too.
me about
I've
it.
been too lazy to go in there and make anything. It's
I've
just
been,
me.
my old lady's been cooking, but I ain't been volunteering to go out there and cook on the pit much here lately. It's been too damn hot. I've been using that's pellet smoker I built that burns sticks. I've been using it for the past 2 weeks a lot.
Yeah, that's like I haven't been to Derek's now in 2 weeks, and he disconnected the bottle, the propane bottle from the old hickory, and he hooked something else up, and he only had it unhooked 2 weeks. And he says, called me yesterday or day before yesterday. He says, "Hey, there's something wrong with that old hickory." He goes, "I hear it clicking, but it won't fire off." I said, "You had that unhooked, didn't you?" He goes, "Yep." I said, "Freaking dirt daubers." I said, "Man, I done told you, you got to take some aluminum foil or something and cover that hole up." And he goes, "Oh, okay." I said, "Now look, when you pick it up, look in that hole, you'll see the dirt. Hold it up right to where that shit falls out."
Fall out.
And he said, "Yeah, I got it back to working." I said, "Man, don't do that. If you unhook any regulator, make sure you put some foil and a rubber band or something over it.
They
They'll
will. That dirt number will get into all kind of crap.
My hinges on my Lone Star grills all set for my
Hmm.
door, that the firebox. The hinges got like holes in the top of it where you put like oil in it every now and then to keep them oiled. Every year I look and it's like, well, kiss my butt. It'll be stopped up with that dirt. I have to blow all that out. Then I'll oil it real good. But every year I have to do that.
Damn dirt daubers.
I tell you what, there's a back door to this house, and there's a glass door that's got screen on it too. And somebody
Hmm.
opened that bottom glass up about 2 inches, and that screen's ripped right there. Freaking wasps got was going between the door and the glass door. They come up through there and they built a nest right in the overhead. Another day, I seen a wasp because I go out that door every now and then. I seen a wasp in the kitchen, and the cat sitting there swatting at it. So I went over there and killed that wasp real quick before he got the cat, and popped him, and I heard his little head crunch. But
Yeah.
that was another one from the Green Mile. But anyway, we have a side gate, and I was gonna go out there last night because I've got this rain barrel, but it's a collapsible, and the wind knocked it over. It's getting ready to storm, and I was gonna go outside. She goes, "Go out the back door." I said, "Hell no! I got the wasp nest right there. I ain't going out that door." She goes, "It's nighttime. They're not gonna mess with you." I said, "All right, I'll open it. As soon as I do, you take a broom handle and knock that nest off of there." And she did. It went outside. So all day today, those wasps has been flying in front of my security camera, setting it off, man, looking for a new place to build a nest. I'm like, God, be glad when winter gets here.
My dad got gas weed eater, some little hoses that hook to the priming thing, dry rotted. So I broke out my electric weed eater that I got for a backup. Was weed eating around the house, and I was lifting them sockets up.
What's up, Dave?
And I found me some damn wasps plugging in the damn extension cord. I don't know how the hell they get in there, but they got in there.
Yeah, they'll find their way. And a dirt dauber, when I was a kid, I couldn't tell the difference between a dirt dauber and a wasp. But dirt daubers are a little bit blacker, and they don't look as scary. But
And they move their wings real quick
yeah,
when they land.
I don't know what they pack dirt in the little holes for. I just don't understand, but they do.
Yeah, I don't. Dirt dauber don't bother me at all. Dead
They
gum
say
red
there's
wasp. Thinking them bastards hurt.
they say there's a purpose for everything under heaven. I guess they serve a purpose, but I don't know what it is.
As long as they dead gum build their nest away from me, I don't care.
Same thing with mosquitoes and gnats. I'm like, what could they possibly serve? What kind of purpose? Or is that one of them leftover plagues from the Bible days? Makes you wonder about
Mosquitoes would die and go to hell. Fuck the
little,
mosquitoes.
little blood sucking vampires, man. Good God.
Mosquitoes, deer flies, and horse flies all got a special place in hell.
You got that right. Ooh, horse flies, deer flies. Ooh,
Them
they
poor
hurt,
horses,
man.
they ain't hard to caught a break in the last month. These horse flies around here been ridiculous.
Them
I've been
horse
going out
flies.
there snapping them horse flies and then throwing them to the chickens and feeding them to the chickens.
We used to go swimming, man, in these lakes and stuff. That horse fly be on your head, you wouldn't even know, and he'd pop you. Feel like a drill bit going in you. It hurts so bad. God bless it. And they're easy to kill because once they get a hold to you, they don't go, and you'll hear his little head crunch when you pop him.
I had three of them on my horse, and I killed all three of them in one spot. And there was freaking blood all over my hand, looked like a damn murder scene.
Yeah,
Been on there for a minute.
heck yeah. Surprised Lance ain't up in here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've seen just about everybody except Lance. George was on for a little while earlier, commenting. Hadn't heard
Was it
that from him in a while.
8:05?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was watching something and I just happened to turn it just to see if anybody's posting anything. That's where I seen you live at. I got
I hadn't been.
notifications turned off. I turned them off years ago. I actually go in there and hit my subscriptions daily. I'll do it 2 or 3, 4 times a day. I'll just look. No, no, no. Yeah, okay. You know,
I
that's
mean,
how I
I've got
found you.
notifications on for everybody, but it don't always notify me when
Nah,
people are on.
that's the reason I turned it off, man. It just don't work half the time. That and there's a
I,
lot of emails. I get a lot of emails like it is, that I don't even read. I just kind of read who it's from and just keep moving. I can tell if
I've
it's important or not.
been getting a lot of emails too, but it's from them dead gum knife makers and people wanting me to test out thermometers and probes and all that bullshit.
See there, all the ones with the blue dot,
Yeah.
I haven't opened none of them because I already know I'm not interested. You can read part of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I only open stuff that I know pertains to me. But I
That's
scan
me.
through them. Yeah,
So I
there's
did
one.
that one thing, the meat stick probe. That's the only thing that I've taken for free and tried to do a review on, but hell, it didn't work real good on that smoker, and I had hell with connectivity issues with it. It's too big of
Meat
a pain in
stick.
the ass.
Same thing with Derek. He took one of them and shot a video with it, and I said, "You need to try that thing out before you recommend it to people on this channel." And within a few days of trying it, he just walked across the yard, probably 20 foot, and he lost connectivity. And it's supposed to be
And then
Wi-Fi.
once you lose it, you lost it. You got to redo that whole thing. You got to take that probe back out of the meat, put it back on that extender, and redo all that shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, the hell with that. That's a pain in the ass.
Now,
They got that shit.
Thermopro's got that thermospike, and so far that thing's worked great. And it's accurate. It's been right there with the instant read. I've only used it maybe 3 or 4 cooks, but I have had no issues. Other than one time, I couldn't get my app to work and find out I hadn't charged it. I needed to charge the thing, but that's all it was.
Yeah, that meat stick probe, I had hell with it from day one. I finally quit messing with it. I mean, I don't use probes that much anyway. Very rarely. I'll put a probe in some chicken or a pork loin, but everything else I pretty much cook by feel.
Dave, they'll eventually ship it to you, man. Just get your channel up a little bit bigger. They'll be
Hmm.
glad to send it to you if they think they can make a dollar.
Oh yeah, pay shipping. You don't want to pay shipping for some shitty knives.
Yeah, I quit. Man, I'm very picky nowadays. It's got to be something I really want.
That's me. I don't. I don't take free shit unless I know for a fact that I'm going to use it.
Now, I did take a pair of boots not long ago from a company called Brunt, and they're actually decent boots. And I think they're USA made too. I've already got the video ready to drop into a video, but I haven't found the right video yet. Surprised he ain't emailed me. But in his email, he never said one word about doing a video. He says, "Hey, can we send you some boots?" Never said nothing about that's. I'm sure. What size you
Uh,
wear? 9. You know, he goes, "What? Which ones you want?" I said, "I want some black ones right there. They're composite toe, you know. I mean, I don't even work at a shipyard no more, but still wanted them just in case. And but he sent them, which
that
I
composite
normally,
toe is way better than steel toe. I'll tell you that. Way
yeah.
lighter.
Most of these people, if I just really don't want to deal with them, that's like Thermopro, man. They kept emailing me. Finally, I said, "All right." I said, "Tell you what, you pay me this lump sum that I'm wanting, and I'll do it for a whole year." I didn't even realize they had an affiliate program, and so I become an affiliate, and I've made as much money as an affiliate over this year. I'm almost done with them. End of August, I'll be done with them, and but I've made as much money throughout the year as an affiliate as I got up front. So that's been a pretty good deal. I'm just sick of mentioning it. It's like today's video, had to throw it in there. It's like, God, I didn't do it. I forgot to do it during the video, so I pulled it from my old video, dropped it in there, and I think the I think the discount in that video was 25% back then, but they actually got them at 30% off right now.
Hell yeah. Thermopro makes a decent product. I've got some Thermopro probes.
Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't had no issues.
I've got a couple Thermopro instant read thermometers, and then I've got a Thermopro just regular one that's got a 1,500 foot range on it.
I
And
mean,
they decent.
I I've always loved ThermalWorks,
Yeah, I
but
love them too.
now they did send me that one, but they've never been willing to pay me anything, so I don't care if I should use it or
And that
not.
Thermopen one,
Yeah, that's the ThermaPen one.
got that
They
exact
actually
same.
sent me two of them. They sent me a red one and a blue one, but every one I've had prior to that, I bought and paid for. You know,
Hmm.
but I ain't worried about your $5 thermometer that takes you to build. You know, if you want me to talk about it, you're going to have to pay me something. You know, I'm talking about stuff like that. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to get free sales just by handing me one of these. Probably takes them five. Well, I don't know how much it takes them, but you know, it ain't near what they charge. You can bank on
Oh,
that. You know,
they're probably making a 70% markup on that.
probably. No, that Thermopro works just as good, so I'm good with either one. They don't matter.
Yeah, I bought my Thermopen one back on Black Friday sale and got it for I think $65 what they was on sale for last year.
That's
That's when
pretty
I bought
good
my Thermopro one.
because I have seen them as high as 120.
Yeah, when they first came out, that's what they were, about 120. Now I think
Yeah,
they're what, 105, 110 now.
I don't even know. I hadn't looked. I get emails from ThermoWorks all the time, but I don't never look at it. But they sent them. I used them, you know, just because they sent it, but I never mentioned nothing. I didn't say, let me grab my ThermoWorks. And, you know, I never said that. I just used it. That's all they get.
Hell yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
that meat stick did. They sent that to me, and I tried to do a review on it, but I didn't recommend it in my review, so they probably pissed off at me.
I hear you.
Can't use that shit. I ain't advertising it.
So,
You got to take and pull probe out of a piece of meat every 30 minutes because you walk too far off. I don't need that son bitch.
holy crap. The batteries in my security system's supposed to last 2 years. I'll be lucky if I make it through the summer while them wasps keep setting my cameras off. It takes some expensive batteries. They're made by Energizer, but I forget what they call them. They're expensive too. I had my wife go buy, I think 8 of them. No, she bought more than that. But anyway, it come to $48 for them things, and it's just for when they do finally get to where they're expired. I got them on hand, you know.
Hell yeah. Thermalworks makes some good products. There ain't no doubt about that. They just you gonna pay for them products.
What's up,
They
Zach?
ain't cheap. Up there's Zach. What's up, Zach?
Yeah, lithium batteries.
Yep, lithium batteries last a while.
Yeah. Ah,
You in the ambulance? Hopefully you don't catch no unwanted action tonight, man.
yeah.
When I do, when it does get cooler in the fall, I'm gonna make a crawfish bowl sausage out of some pork butt.
I tell you what, Keith Jenkins did. It's on video. It didn't give me any views. We did a crawfish boil. It got a lot of views. But the
Hmm.
same day, he peeled a bunch of them crawfish tails, and he took some of the corn. He took some of all the veggies that was in, the boil, the
Yeah.
corn, a little bit of the sausage, a little bit of the mushroom, a little bit of whatever we had in there that day, and he chopped it all up, and we rolled it up in egg roll wraps and deep fried it. That was good, man. Like, holy crap,
Well, I
dude.
bet that was good. God
It
damn.
was. It's a lot of work though, but it was good. But it didn't get hardly no views compared to what the other one got, you know.
That's my oldest son right there commenting. What's up, Westy?
Wesley, okay.
But yeah, no, I'm talking about. I want to take a pork butt and have that the base for the sausage, and I've been brainstorming how I'm going to do it. And instead of seasoning with all different kind of seasons, I'm going to take some swamp fire and use that as my base seasoning, and then buy crawfish tails, boil some potatoes, mushrooms, and all that kind of stuff, and put green onion in it. I won't use real onion, and incorporate that all into and corn, some canned corn, and make an actual emulated crawfish boiled sausage in a
Huh.
casing.
That sounds good. I did a crawfish boudin back in the winter. That was really good. I did that on video.
The best crawfish boudin that we get around here is from a place in Orange called Robert's Meat Market. Their crawfish boudin's legit.
Yeah, that was easy too, man. That's probably the last boudin I made on camera was that crawfish boudin. It was back in like first of the year, somewhere around there. Wasn't that long ago.
Well, I'm a sucker for some crawfish boudin. That
Oh
shit's
heck
good.
yeah.
Crawfish boudin, crawfish cornbread. That's the beauty about living right here where I live at on Southeast Texas. We live right here on the Louisiana border, so you
Yep.
can stay right here in Southeast Texas to get some good Cajun food.
Well, so that's where we are. I'm 45 minutes from the state line. You know what I'm saying? And everything just flows over to here. That's
Yep,
why you see me doing so many Cajun type recipes. You know?
it's all intertwined over here. It's all mixed up. But you can go down here in Beaumont, Port Arthur, Orange, and find real good Cajun food intertwined with Southeast Texas cuisine, and
Yeah. Well,
and eat good.
this is Biloxi, and this at one time was called the seafood capital of the world. So we're predominantly seafood, and so the Cajun influence it's real strong here. You know,
Yeah.
but we got our own stuff too. You know, matter of fact, I got 4 cookbooks. It was a series of them called Old Biloxi Recipes. There's some
Hmm.
good stuff in there.
Liberty, Texas. Yep. And then my dad had a lot of friends in Louisiana. There's one thing I want to do. I'm gonna get some domesticated rabbit. But one of my dad's friend used to take them rabbits and cure them like a ham and hang them up and cold smoke them, and then put
Ooh,
them in gumbo. And that shit was good eating, man. We called it Cajun smoked rabbit.
you know what? You just reminded me one of the very first videos I did. I mean, my channel was young, and Derek lived up in around Wiggins, Mississippi, out in the country, and he was raising rabbits. And anyway, he slaughtered one, and I did a rabbit gumbo, and I think it wasn't Thanksgiving. I think it was Christmas. And the next day, and I shot video of the whole thing, and which I like I said, the channel was very young. That video never did very good because I was so new into YouTube. But later, I did a gumbo, seafood gumbo, and that video to date it's got over 800,000 views. But it's taken it 10 years to get there, you know. But every holiday that video starts, it'll probably pass a million maybe in a year or two. But
Yeah, he'd
we'll
cure
see.
that rabbit, then hang it up and cold smoke it, and it would add a different element of flavor in that gumbo. You get that smoke flavor in that gumbo. Man,
I
that
bet
was some
that's
good eating.
good.
It was
Hell
very
yeah.
good. I'm
Heck yeah.
definitely gonna do that.
That sounds good, man. I thought about getting some rabbit cages around here, get like a little something to keep them in the shade. That's good. That's good. Rabbits to me is better than chickens as far as for meat. You know, as far as easy to breed and easy to feed and everything, it's a good option. You know.
Yeah, there's a lady that lives over here in Warren, Texas, that raises and slaughters rabbit and sells the meat by the pound. I just
Yeah.
go down there to her and buy some rabbit.
Yeah. When I had mine, I raised rabbits, and I was in the city in Pascagoula, and in the backyard we already had an overhang coming off of a shed, so we hung up a bunch of rabbit cages, then had like a chicken coop in there, and I built worm beds to put up underneath those rabbits, and I think I put peat moss in there to start it with, and got a few boxes of fishing worms, turned them loose in there, and man, they were just thriving in no time.
Hell
let
yeah.
the, let the rabbits just crap on there, you know. And we had plenty of fishing bait. Good old days.
Yep. I used to raise them rabbits when I was young, when I was a kid. Me and my brother. We didn't eat them. We sold them.
Yeah, yeah. You can sell them around Easter time. They sell pretty good. Good old days. That's back when Derek and Chad were like 9 and 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. They were little boys, you know. I was a lot younger then,
Yep.
about 30 years younger.
One thing that I want to do, I want to build me a daggum actual smokehouse instead of using my smoker. Like cinder
That's
block, make the bottom out of cinder blocks and the rest of it out of wood.
Derek's been wanting to do that on his out there in his backyard. You know, have a firebox and run a pipe where you get
Or
nothing but
pipe
that.
it.
Yeah, coal
That's what I want
smoking.
to do.
Yeah, he's talked about it. He'll probably do it at some point.
Yep,
Be
that's what I want to do.
be be ready to make some bacon then.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It ain't
It is
9:41.
9:41.
I feel tired today for some reason.
Yeah.
I got up at 7 o'clock and went into editing, and I shot that whole video because I had to shoot by myself because I done it all here. But I shot that whole video with this right here. That's pain in the butt, man. I'm so used to having regular cameras and a camera guy behind it, you know. But he probably would have come over here and helped me. But most of it was shot right here in this room. My freeze dryer is right there. You know, it's a little
Hell
small room. We'd been tripping over each other. I said, I'll do it. Went and bought me a cheap tripod last week with a phone attachment thing, you know.
yeah, that's what I got. I got a cheap tripod I bought from Best Buy when I first started making videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one more video to edit on a tri tip, and then I got to start shooting some more videos.
Yeah.
Got
My
a beef
freeze.
rib. I got a rack of beef ribs in the freezer, some snapper, and there's something else I got in there I need to cook. Got a whole catfish. I got a few things I need to do. I'm also gonna do a video on some of them dead gum. I seen it on a Texas barbecue page the other day. Some pork belly cinnamon rolls. Seen them yet?
Uh-uh. Pork
They take
belly.
a pork belly, a whole slab of pork belly, and they fillet it in half and roll it out and flatten it out, and then they put brown sugar and cinnamon in it, and they roll it,
Huh.
roll it up and tie it, and they cut it in the cinnamon rolls. It looks just like a damn cinnamon roll. And then you
I'll
take
be
it
there.
and you smoke it for a couple of hours until it gets tender, and then you put it in full pans, and you take a maple syrup glaze with brown sugar, and you top it and cover it up with foil and cook it down until it gets tender. And I ain't seen nobody on YouTube do it yet because I went and looked, and
You,
I ain't found a video on it.
you ought to do it, man. You might
Do
start.
it.
You might start a trend.
I'm gonna do it. It looks freaking good, and probably sweet as all get out, but I bet it'd be good.
Well, sweet's gonna pair good with that pork belly anyway. You know.
Yeah, it's got that richness.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I was
Dang. I'm
intrigued by that. There's some restaurant over here in Texas, a barbecue place in Texas that does them.
really. Yeah, you
Can't
might
remember
be
what
on to
the name
something
was.
there, man.
I seen it in the Texas barbecue group.
Who's the cowgirl? Is that your daughter?
Yeah, that's my middle-aged daughter.
Okay,
She's a little country bumpkin.
I hear you.
She's almost as tall as I am, and I'm 6 foot.
I got something in my cart. Why do I got something in my cart? Oh, I see why.
Nobody needs to hear that.
Huh?
They don't need to hear that. Katie,
Wow.
you got that racket back there, girl?
The puppies want to come back in.
I don't care. They can jump over that.
I was sitting there looking at these wheat berries. It's got a 30-year shelf life on
Quint. Yeah, I think I can see you.
them. I was too. Oh, well, she can see me. Duh. Got you, Quint. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I got an old hand crank mill thing that I bought years ago, and I think I've only used it in one video, but I have used it a few times, like for grinding coarse black pepper. You talking
Yeah.
about a pepper mill? You can fill up a bowl of black pepper in like a minute. I mean, it showers out of there. But I only did it once. So.
Them kids are looking in the nest boxes for chicken snakes.
Yeah, you can grind anything with it, corn, wheat, whatever. It don't matter. I was
You know,
watching
I
a
got
guy.
on Amazon. I used to have one of them little grain mills like that, and a hand crank, and I went to looking at them on Amazon. They about 60, $70 for a decent one now.
I bought mine probably, God, 7, 8 years ago. But I was watching a video earlier. A new guy, I hadn't never seen him. I went ahead and subbed him. He's kind of into the stuff that I'm doing now. And there's an attachment that they sell on Amazon that goes to your
KitchenAid.
KitchenAid. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I've seen
drop
that.
your grain in there. It worked pretty darn good. I'm like, check that out.
Because the reason I was gonna buy one was to grind up laying pellets and the crumbles. Because freaking for some reason these chickens don't like eating the dead laying pellets, but they'll eat it if it's crumbled up.
Hmm.
So I was gonna buy one just to crumble up them laying pellets because of the price difference between laying crumbles and laying pellets is about
Yeah.
$6 a bag.
I watched 3 of his videos. One of them was that one. It was showing him grind. 'Cause that's the video I'm doing soon. What I want to do is take and buy the wheat berries and turn it into flour, just enough for a loaf of bread, like white bread. And
Yeah.
and and the series is called Grid Down. It's a grid down series. Like if all the power went out for an extended amount of time, we're in Hurricane Alley, or for whatever reason it goes out. Usually weather related down here. Katrina knocked power out down here for at least 6 months.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a long time to go without power. I wasn't here 2 weeks, and I was up there in Illinois. Went right back to normal. But if I'd been down here, I'd been without power for 6 months. So anyway, I want to take this flour, and I want to take it and put some in a jar. I think you take and put a cup in it, and I have to read it again. But anyway, you put a little cloth over the top of it to keep bugs and stuff out of it, and set it on the counter. And wild yeast in the air we'll get to it and it'll start bubbling. It actually ferments it. And I'll do that for a few days to where it can rise and then actually make bread with it. I thought that'd make a cool video. And
Hell yeah, that'd be pretty
and
cool.
maybe do it in my pizza oven, do it totally without power, grind the flour, natural
Mm-hmm.
wild yeast, and then do it in a pizza oven.
Hell yeah, that'd probably get you some views.
Maybe,
Turn you
maybe not.
up to a John Ray that's like that.
I don't even know what I'd call something like that. But anyway, yeah, I seen that video, and then he had another one where he bought sunflower seeds from and it's not the premium seeds, it's bird seed, but it's sunflower seeds. And then he has safflower seeds. And who made that press? I forget who made it. I think Vivor. Yeah, Vivor has
Evil.
this has a oil, or seed press, and it was really cool, man. He poured these seeds over into a hopper, and the machine, it's got an auger in it. It starts sending these seeds through that auger, and it's got this thing flips down that heats
Mm-hmm.
that press up, and then it just pushes them seeds, and what comes out the end is just all the shavings in the hole and everything. And it's kind of spirally looking, and it drips all the oil down as it's doing it. He put like a filter over that, and then he did two different kind of oils. I said, well, that's cool, if you want to make your own cooking oil or something. Then I
That's pretty cool.
watched another one. What was it? Oh, I don't know who made this, but they call it a composter, but it's really not a composter. But what it does, he said it'll save, like if you throw your little ends of tomatoes or potato peels or anything, any kind of waste that you throw in the garbage can, instead of throwing it in the garbage can, you throw it in that. It's got a little bucket in there, pretty heavy little bucket, and it heats it up. And I can't remember how it works. I'm getting tired, but at any rate, when it gets done, it's completely dry and kind of almost turns into a powder. And
Huh.
yeah, it has no smell. Well, he said he could detect like a little bit of tomato, a little bit of onion. He could smell and stuff like that. But what he does is throw it out there with his chicken feed, gives it to the chickens, you know.
Hell yeah.
But he said it'll save 90% of what you throw in a garbage can. I'm like, he don't know me. That's 90% what goes in my garbage can right there.
Yep, you ain't lying. I don't throw them in the garbage can. I throw them off in the dead gum on the side of my pump shed over there, and I got a guy that'll come around every now and again, pick up junk metal and all that. He'll come get them.
My wife gets on to me because we got a not a garbage can, but a recycle bin right beside it that we're supposed to throw all this stuff into. But I use them for spit cans a lot too. I'm like, I don't want to throw that in there. If it's just an empty beer can, yeah, no problem.
Well, what are you gonna smoke any of that lab grown meat when they start selling it?
Hell no, man, ain't that something?
Man, I'll tell you what, man, what the fuck?
Thanks for the survival series, Russ.
I ain't cooking none of that shit.
Could
Lab
you
grown meat,
freeze
man.
dry?
Feels
No,
gross to.
you can't freeze dry bread. You can, but you would have to use it for croutons. I'm reading a comment I just got.
Yeah.
You would have to use it for croutons or something, you know, like to put in a salad. Because if you try to you know what bread does if you get it wet. There,
Soggy.
there, that's just one of them things you can't freeze dry. There's only a few things you can't freeze dry, but outside of that, just about anything. Not to get back on that subject, but
Oh man, that's cool.
oh man, I think I'm gonna hop off here, Mike. I'm feeling groggy, man.
Yeah, I'm the freaking. I've been at it all day long. I hiked down there to the creek. We did fishing this morning. I got back home. I had to fix a hydraulic cylinder. The power steering cylinder on my tractor. Got that fixed, and I spent the rest of the day brush hogging 10 acres.
Dang.
Damn tractor beat the shit out of you.
Well, I wish I had that kind of energy nowadays. I used to. Once upon a time,
Well,
couldn't stop
that
me.
my tractor is the heartbeat of the farm. When that tractor goes down, the daggum grass getting too hot, tall around here. So I had to. It actually blew a seal out last week, and I got to looking at my shaft, and I had a few nicks in it, so it wouldn't make no sense to replace the gasket. So I bought a whole new cylinder off of Amazon for about $300 and replaced it with that new cylinder, and we'll see how it holds up. My tractor's a 2010 Mahindra 4025,
Huh.
so I
Yeah.
got all taken care of. Now I
There's a
just
lot.
realized my gearbox on my brush hog done rattled loose. I gotta cut them bolts out, put new bolts in it, tighten them down.
Yeah, that farm life, man, ain't no joke. Plus, you work a full time job too, man.
If it ain't one thing, it's another every time.
I always, most of my life anyway, I worked two full time jobs. I can't tell you how many years that I've worked in that shipyard, and I'd leave from there and go straight to a AC shop, automotive air condition. I did that for years. But prior to that, I did hotel maintenance and apartment. Plus, I worked as a welder, but I had stuff I do on the side as a maintenance guy doing air conditioning work, commercial. All the hotels had commercial air conditioning, like for their restaurants and things, walk in coolers, walk in freezers. I had to maintain all that stuff, but that's a lot of years ago,
Working
man.
two jobs. That's what working two jobs is a lot.
Yeah, it's good for you, though. I need to do more now. I need to do something other than just
Yeah,
this.
they say if you stay busy, you stay young at the mine. That's my
Yeah,
whole deal. Stay busy.
that's right. Yeah, I just need to do something, man, other than what I'm doing now, which ain't much.
So I got a new job with the plant. I'm not as active as I used to be. I'm more in the office and planning stuff and throwing dollar figures on stuff and making it short. And I spend more time in the office than I do actually out there putting my hands on stuff like I used to. And I've been gaining some damn weight because I don't get out as much as I used to.
That's what happened to me. I worked in that shipyard, and I always stayed, pretty average. And then I took a management job, which required a lot of desk work in front of a computer. It took half the week just to do the progress. Had to keep up with what every welder was doing, and
Mm-hmm.
progress it and all that. Pain in the butt. But I sit right there on my butt so much, I just started putting on weight. That's really what put it on me.
We got dead gum vendors that come in there all the time and bringing dead gum food in there every day of the week. We eat good.
Yeah.
We eat bad, really, but
Yeah, same thing, man. When I worked night shift, I had the liberty of stopping at these fast food places on the way in to where I could have something better than, what I normally brought in on days, or I say better, it wasn't better for you, but it tasted better. Popeyes, fried chicken, just whatever. And I sure enough started packing it on, man.
I ate Popeyes yesterday. I tried some of them ghost pepper wings.
Ooh, man,
They weren't as hot as I thought they would have been.
that sounds good. I guess they're closed now. Or tell my wife to go get some. She's on her way home.
They weren't bad. I got them ghost pepper wings and I got them in that black and ranch. That black and ranch at Popeyes is pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, I got some of that in here, but it's old. I found it the other day. Where's that at? Let's see. Yeah, it's real old. It's got stains all over. I need to get that out of there.
Yeah, that stuff's good, man. Dip your
Yeah,
chicken
it's
in it.
real good. It's been refrigerated all this time. It's got something stuck to the outside of it, something spilt in there. Yeah, I think I had them ghost pepper wings once from there. But I always liked it when they come out with them like butterfly shrimp and stuff, man.
Oh man, those are good, no
Yeah, they
doubt.
good. Heck
I don't
yeah.
think we even got them on the menu anymore, but I used to eat the shit out of them when they did.
Yeah, me too. And I've even eaten their little po' boys, shrimp po' boys. They're pretty good.
Yeah, their
Like,
shrimp po' boy is good. That damn gum fried, spicy fried chicken sandwich they got is pretty damn good too.
yeah, it is. It is. I've eaten
That
all that
sucker
stuff.
is damn good.
I tried the Nashville hot one time from KFC on my way into work, and I wouldn't. That wasn't too good to me. I just didn't care for it.
So I grew up on KFC for a while. That's pretty much all we had down here in Southeast Texas was KFC. And then
Yeah,
Popeyes come along, and that KFC sucks.
Popeyes. If we're eating chicken, we're eating Popeyes. We used to eat KFC a
Popeyes
lot,
and Jenny's
years
Fried
ago.
Chicken over here in Kirbyville, Texas. Jenny's Fried Chicken in Kirbyville, Texas is pretty damn good
Yeah,
too.
I've eaten all kind of chicken places throughout the years, like Hearts and then Church's Fried Chicken and stuff like that. But I'll take Popeyes any day over that stuff.
Yeah, Churches is all right. I take Churches over KFC.
Big old slice of water or garden mater. Dang, I'm getting comments from. I mean, they might be sub to me. Maybe some of them's coming out of the woodworks finally.
Yeah, freaking looking at my video analytics, 77% of my views are from unsub people.
Most of mine are too. So I'm hoping I'm attracting some new people in there. Something, man. I've lost so much ground. It seems like got all these subs and nobody's watching. I mean, some are, you know what I'm saying, but not like they used to.
Hey, you got dead gum what about 160, 170,000 subscribers?
I
More than
got
that,
two.
huh?
I got 270,000. Just rolled over 270. That's 11 years getting that many. What's today? The 8th? No, the 7th. Tomorrow is my 11th year anniversary on YouTube.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
11
you should
years.
that many subscribers, you should be getting 50, 60,000 views right off Jump Street, man.
I used to. I used to get more views with less subs. I still get subs all the time. I'm like, okay, your sub. YouTube is either throttling me down for some reason or just, I don't know. I mean, it's out there. If I tell somebody, they find it. But it's just like they don't send no notifications out anymore or something. I don't know.
So I go when I first put a video out, I look at my impressions.
Yeah.
So I have 120 views right now, but I've got 1.5 thousand impressions. So impressions is people that passes over your video and doesn't freaking watch it. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering who they're throwing my videos out there to. YouTube controls who they put these videos and shit out there to. Are they sending my shit to the right people that want to watch barbecue videos and all that, or what?
I tell you what, I can't stand. It's just like today. I had two people do it, and I always watch the video one time to make sure it's good. They no
I do.
glitches to the upload and everything. And I'm right in the middle of watching this video. I've only been watching it maybe 2 minutes, and I mean it just went public, and so I'm clicking on it, and I get this message. Looks delicious. I'm like, it's a freaking freeze dry video. What looks delicious? An egg sandwich? I didn't comment back. I don't even comment to them because I know they're just commenting
Dude,
and they're gone. I'm like, man, you're hurting the channel. Quit doing that crap. If you're not going to watch it, don't even click on it. You're doing me more damage than you are helping me. Either
yeah.
watch, at least watch 50% of it, but you're not going to get nothing out of it unless you watch the whole thing. It's YouTube makes it easy to do that. I mean, I don't know. That's just the way it
And
is.
they come out with these dead gum shorts. So everybody wants to see, a little bit here and there, and then bam, get to the point. Nobody wants to watch longer
Yeah.
content no more.
I ended up putting up
I got to
four
put out a
short.
30-minute video to get freaking 7 minutes of watch time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long video, so hopefully, if I can just get some views or watch time, even if I average 50%, it'll be higher than my last videos. But I think that last live is throttling me down on this video because that's usually what happens. A live for me, when I do a live, the next 2 to 3 videos just kind of plummet, and then after that, it'll start coming back up some. But I don't know that. It's just my thoughts, because it seems like every time I do a live, I just did one last Friday, and I shouldn't have had. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. 11-hour live,
11 hours.
11 hours. I was gonna leave it up. I was gonna do an hour or possibly two, and just got in there. Had a lot other people join in. Next thing I know, it's freaking 4 o'clock a.m. Like, good God!
How did
So
I miss that?
soon as it went off, I deleted it. Just the second it went off, I said nobody is gonna watch it. It's just gonna hurt me even more. So I just got rid of it.
I don't know. My lives keep me afloat on keeping my watch hours up right now since I ain't been putting out a lot of videos.
Yeah,
Which I'm still, I'm I've got like 7,000 watch hours in the last year, so I'm not in danger of losing monetization no time soon. But I
Right.
ain't been putting out the volume that I put out last year either, though.
You'll get back into it and things cool off and you feel like doing it. It's hard to want to shoot right now. That's another reason I haven't been over to Derek shooting the videos because the house flies were so bad this year in the heat.
They
It's
are.
just freaking miserable, man. It's like, I told him, I said, we need to get that stainless steel table back inside like we did last summer and do all the prep in there, with some good lights and everything. And then all we got to do is just walk it out there long enough to put it on the smoker. Okay, we'll be back, or whatever. And, but the last few videos over there, it's like trying to fight flies off and hate that crap.
Yeah, I ain't been enough. I've been wanting to get out here in this heat. I ain't been that motivated. Last year I toughed it out. This year I ain't been wanting to do it.
Yeah. Powerball, that's the Mega Million.
Damn it, I forgot to buy a ticket.
I think Tarina bought some. She normally buys Powerball though, but oh, wouldn't that be nice? I wouldn't be worried about any more videos. That'd be the end of that.
I
It,
wouldn't even go back to work, man. I'd let them figure out and wonder whatever happened to me. That's what I'd do.
I would make one last video. Adios. I'm out of here.
I might shoot a dead blog, go try all the barbecue restaurants out, and speak my mind on them. Hell, what's it matter now? I'm a millionaire.
Yeah. My luck, I would win $500 million or whatever, and then the economy collapses and the dollar is worth that. That's what would happen to me.
Yeah, that'd be about right for me too. Win the lottery and then the American dollar crashes, all the banks crash, and it ain't worth shit.
It's it's kind of happening already, man. That's
Yeah,
what's
there's a lot
driving
of
this
stuff going
inflation
on out
up.
here
The dollar ain't worth
trying
crap
to
right now.
distract everybody.
I watched a video
Throwing
the other
me
day.
found cocaine in the damn White House. So everybody's
Oh
worried about
yeah,
cocaine in the White House. What's really going on though?
yeah, yeah. All these diversions.
All these diversions, man.
I watched a video the other day to show you how things has changed. And this couple was in a pawn shop. They had thought about collecting gold and silver, because usually when inflation goes up and money goes down, that's a good investment because
Yep.
odds are it's going up in value. This guy pulled out four quarters, $1 worth of quarters. I forget what year, but it was like pure silver. And it was equivalent to a $20 bill. You know what I'm saying? That dollar back then was worth 20 today. That's how much inflation has hurt things, And that was an old video. That video is 10 years old. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
crap. There's
Yeah.
different thoughts on that. I've never collected gold or silver, but you can't eat it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess
No,
it's
I
got
used to have
value
some
though.
cool coins and shit from back in the day. I don't know what I did with them though. I lost them all.
Yeah. I was telling somebody on live the other night. I used to have a bunch of old coins. My uncle passed away, and he had them in his house, and I was his executor, and I ended up getting all of his. Well, I
Yeah.
say I did. I did a lot of it until his one of his ex-wives. He never had an official will drew up. He had one handwritten, but it was never notarized. It wasn't even dated, and it had me as the beneficiary of all that. And she took it to court and won because she had an actual will when he was married to her, but he had been divorced for years. So, but what she didn't know didn't hurt her. I didn't tell her about everything. I
Yeah.
removed a lot of that stuff out of his house, but like his house, she got his vehicle. He had a nice GMC truck. She got that, and all the furniture, everything inside of his house ended up with all that.
Probably didn't have no business getting none of it. Fucking bitch.
Shouldn't have had any of it. No, he has a
Hmm.
daughter too. She didn't get none of it.
That's fucking sorry.
But I swear to God, is my witness on that will that he handwritten, and he says, "And I leave to my one and only child," and said her name, $1. Yeah,
Damn.
they had issues, so
Mm-hmm.
she lost all the way around either way. Yeah,
Yeah.
old lady's here. She just set off my camera.
Well, shit. I think I'm fixing to go ahead and call it a night, Russ.
All right, dude. Me too. I'm ready for bed.
I'll go. That's what I've been to do. Finish this beer and go to bed.
Yep.
Wake up tomorrow, do some more work.
There you go. New day. I wish
Yep.
we get some
Good
more
talking to
rain.
you, man.
Yeah, you too, Mike. Good seeing you. It's been a while. Been a while.
All right. Peace out, chat. Thank y'all for coming.
Later, everybody.
Take it easy, Russ.
All right, you too. Later.